Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now May 27th of 2021, and one major aspect of the Star Wars universe that a lot of fans have been looking forward to the most is, of course, without a doubt, the Kenobi series, let alone the Ahsoka Tano show as well, starring Rosario Dawson. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Also, make sure to check me out at Mike01 on Twitter. Now, when we go ahead and dive deeper into what's going on behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm between Kathleen Kennedy and her handling of the Acolyte series, as well as both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni handling other TV shows out there, as well as unannounced TV shows, mind you, we also have them working very hard to really bring back Star Wars Legends in the mix. Now, earlier this year, back in February, when everything happened with Gina Carano, there was a big shift in the fandom. In fact, a lot of fans canceled their Disney Plus subscriptions. We got more proof of that just a couple of days ago when pretty much Disney came out and unveiled about the loss of revenue and the loss of subscriptions with Disney Plus here and there. Now, obviously, a lot of fans have been fed up with how Lucasfilm has been handling some of their employees. You know, we do know that Kathleen Kennedy has been very much not really in touch with her employees over at Lucasfilm or the cast and crew associated with these projects, such as the mass firings and rehirings and losing money with Solo: A Star Wars Story as an example. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. So, with that being said, the thing that really is all the more exciting has all to do with what happened with actress Gina Carano just today. We've been talking about this for weeks now, that on May 27th, today, both John and Dave will be having their final meeting with the higher-ups over at Disney. We're talking about the board members, of course, about bringing back Gina Carano into the equation, into the Star Wars universe, and exactly how that could actually go about being made and how it could actually be made public to the fans. So, this is what's really exciting about all of this, that with both Season 3 of Mando and the Ahsoka Tano series, as well as Kenobi now in full development, it's best described that both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are taking the proper steps into satisfying the Star Wars fandom, further by implementing tons of Star Wars Legends material into future projects. Now, it's noted that just recently, today both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni wrapped up their final meeting with the higher-ups over at Disney about Gina Carano's rehiring into the Star Wars universe. It said that John and Dave convinced many of the Disney board members that were originally against Gina Carano and what she did on social media to understanding the entire situation and what it means for Disney Star Wars as a whole. Now, further, it's described that since the meeting ended earlier today, is that Disney is preparing to find ways to hire Gina Carano again, and that this is going to be a lengthy process as the finalization of this decision won't be set in place until the end of this summer, where they are said to be planning to make an official announcement of her return by this fall around the month of November. Now, Gina Carano is described to have not been in communication with Disney as of yet today. However, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are said to be making arrangements with Gina Carano on this major offer come this July, and that a decision must be made by the month of September of this year to finalize and prepare the major announcement for, of course, November. Now, further, Disney CEO Bob Chapek is said to play a big role in this development of how it will be handled, and that though this was the final meeting, the finalization of how this will be organized won't be done until some months from now. This is an attempt to bring back Gina Carano in not only Season 3, but also Season 4 and other unannounced Star Wars projects in the works. Let me just say one thing right now, is that John and Dave have really been working so very hard, pouring their heart and soul, not into just Star Wars, but also defending Gina Carano behind the scenes. The thing that I like about John and Dave is that they are passionate people. You know, some would like to argue that Dave Filoni is not all that passionate, which is a very big minority, but I don't believe that's the case. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they work together as a team. They're pretty much working as one. They're the greatest duo when it comes to Star Wars ever, and I think that what they're doing right now, by defending Gina and how they really aced it with this big meeting over at Disney, this is a big win. Pretty much what it dwindles down to now is exactly how Disney's going to finalize all of this and whether or not Gina is going to accept this offer in the next couple of months. Again, she has until around September to really make this final decision and to accept this offer. If she, if she wants to actually take it, I'm not quite sure if she will. We'll have to wait and see. And by November, if this is to be agreed upon, is when they're going to make this major announcement. So keep your eyes open. We will be learning more and more about this throughout the entirety of this summer, June, July, and August. And then once September hits, we're going to be able to really get an idea of exactly what's going on right now, whether or not Gina is really up for this task at all. So here's the other thing that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to know that is very, very important for the entirety of the Star Wars fandom, is that Jon and Dave, they're not doing this on a business level. They're really doing this wholeheartedly for the fans. That's why I love Jon and Dave. They couldn't be more real than real. What they're doing right now is as passionate and as friendly as you can get when it comes to Star Wars creators. They're really sticking up for the fandom. And we've seen Jon Favreau do this with Mando Season 2's finale, with fixing Luke instantaneously. He literally came on board, by the way, of Mandalorian Season 1, and let alone Star Wars in general, just to fix the overall Star Wars universe, because he had issues with The Last Jedi and director Rian Johnson. Even Jon Favreau talked about this before in the past, that he realizes that The Last Jedi really created quite a bit of bad reception when it came to the Star Wars universe, and how it created such an amount of backlash, and that's something that he does not want to see for the future of the franchise. So here's the other thing, is that Dave Filoni, alright, given that he is also a very busy man, he's working on the Acolyte series, he's also working on Mando Season 3 and 4, the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, dedicated guy, really dedicated to his work. It's almost like he is married to Star Wars, right? So we have all these different projects coming out. So far, the Bad Batch is looking up. Episode 16, by the way, which is due this August, is said to set up something major. In fact, something so major to the point where it's going to connect to yet another animated Star Wars TV series, and even another live-action TV show. Similar to how the Book of Boba was teased at the very end of Mando Season 2, they're going to do the same exact thing with the Bad Batch TV show. So, looking forward to that as well. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know anything about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.